where superheroes meet high fashion. In conjunction with the Red 5 Network, we're proud to present comics and cosmetics.
What is up, sexy nerdlings, and welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are as excited as I am for today, because today, me and two of my favorite people are going over, breaking down, looking for Easter eggs, sprinkling a little speculation, and talking about how we felt about episode 1 of Moon Knight, The Goldfish Problem. So, without further ado, let me introduce our first guest, Lunar Girl.
Yay!
Hey.
Hi, friends.
What's up?
Not too much. Not too much.
All right.
The hubby DB just finished up a podcast over at 97 Bravo's place, and
Oh, Lord.
I'm ready to rock and roll.
Do I want to know?
Oh, they were just boys being boys. Always a great pantsless time with those guys.
Always.
Always.
Cancel pants.
Cancel pants.
All right. And speaking of boys, let's introduce our next guest we have today. We have Joker Boys.
Oh, I'm sorry. Were you talking to me? Hello, everybody.
Hello, Joker.
Everyone say hello to your favorite special guest of all time.
Yay.
Once again, I'm infecting your homes.
Just don't shoot anyone in the spine or beat them with a crowbar or...
I promise nothing.
There's a reason why they keep him in Arkham.
Not just one.
Nice.
Okay, guys, before we go any further, make sure you smash that like button. If you're new,
Whoosh, the like
welcome.
button.
Hit the subscribe as hard as you can, and make sure you ring the bell so you can get notified whenever I'm back with another magnificent video. I am here every Saturday. I upload a video where I am going over or rambling on about whatever nerdy topic I've been obsessing about that week while doing my makeup at the same time. Well, you watch, you filthy little creepers.
I watch.
It's actually quite impressive.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Every Sunday, we are going to be here for the next 6 weeks talking about Moon Knight. I will have different guests, maybe the same guests, every Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
All right, fine. Talk to my agent. We'll make it happen. Which I actually have to get an agent. I think I was just on I'm sorry to sidetrack here. I was just on Rogue One radio, and I just recently got paid for a voiceover gig I did. So you are now speaking to a professional voiceover artist.
Oh, snap.
I know.
Oh,
Very
snap.
Because, I hate to brag.
Do you, though?
That's a lie. I love bragging.
In typical Joker fashion.
I know, huh? Isn't it glorious?
Let's see who we've got in the chat today.
Yes.
Oh, first and foremost, let me see. We've got, where'd she go? Up. Miss
Mia.
Yay, Mom.
That's my girl. That's my daughter, Mia. Everyone say hi.
Hi, Mia.
Hello.
We've got Used and Abused. We've got Fulcrum Entertainment.
Oh, boys,
Hey,
have I got
Shanti.
some stuff to say to you.
We've got Shanti. We've got Nicole, Tina, Kaylee. Oh my goodness.
Whoa.
Dork Wars.
Hello, Dork
today.
Wars. Oh, DB. Hi, buddy.
DeLorean.
I was going to say, DB better be in that chat.
Look at my kid. It was only 7 times.
Oh, God. I'm sorry.
Don't even start. Don't even
Oh,
start.
I haven't yet. Believe me. I got notes.
All right. So why don't you two, Lunar, go ahead and introduce yourself to everybody. Tell them who you are.
I'm Lunar Girl. I do the social media for the Sidebar Cantina, which airs every Monday night at 5:30 p.m. Eastern on YouTube. Live podcast, lots of laughs. Jason and Dave are a blast. Tomorrow we are covering the music of 1993, and I will be a co-host, and I'm so excited. So, gotta catch it tomorrow, YouTube. 5:30 p.m. Eastern at the Sidebar Cantina. I also help out the Red 5 Network with posting the promos for the live streams and the audio and YouTube drops. And I also help out the pod bros over at ATSW, the Escape Pod. So
Yes,
we're one
you
big happy
do. I
family.
don't know what Red 5 would be like without you, but I don't want to think about it too hard.
Oh, I love them. We all
It
have
would be
a job
so
to do.
stressful.
True that. My gosh.
Not
Not
we
to
all have
mention,
jobs.
not to mention, Lunar Girl's the hardest working wrench in the outer rim. I'm just saying.
I am Blue Wrench Girl, you know.
All right, Joker, why don't you tell us a little about yourself?
Well, you can find me right here at this lovely little thing. Thank you for that. YouTube channel, not affiliated with the Red 5. And why not yet? Come on. I'm just saying.
Maybe
Anyway,
you can ask. Try asking.
Asking. I get the invites. Come on now. Anyway, social pop culture, a little social commentary here and there. I got opinions, as that is well known. But that's where you can find me most of the time. Every Wednesday, I'm doing a breakdown of Moon Knight.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy. And then Saturday, usually something that's on my mind. We'll talk about that. And if there's something that pops up in between that just really piques my interest, I'll usually do a little something on that as well. So I'm around, and generally in somewhere in the Red 5 network, I'll be a guest somewhere at some point. So
he's in all the chats too.
I'm just kind of I'm kind of a mushroom. I just kind of grow and just kind of latch onto you right there.
If I remember correctly, you
Like
have a
infection.
podcast this coming Saturday at 9:15 Eastern on Dork Wars, where you're going to be covering the prequel.
Oh yes,
trilogies.
I will be on Dork Wars as a surprise, a special guest. We will be talking about the very good and underappreciated prequel trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
Which my son is in the other room watching right now.
Smart boy.
Ooh,
Smart boy.
yes.
So again, like, subscribe.
Okay, before we really start digging in, I'm going to say hi to a couple other people. I would say, hey, Mrs. R2, you are the poop. Thank you for the pictures you sent me, because I was like, oh my God, they're so beautiful. I can't cry. I just did my makeup. So that's awesome. Phil. Hello, Phil. How are you? And we've got, let's see, Chasen Blaine says that Amelia sent them here. So hello. Thank you for joining us.
I believe we saw Alan in the chat too.
Oh, Alan.
Ooh,
Alan.
Alan.
The intro. Did you guys notice we've got a new intro? We have Alan from Press Play to thank for that. My cold
I was
open
dancing.
is toit now.
I was dancing.
Sexy voiceover. Sexy voiceover.
Amelia said it was sick.
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 Sick. Very cool. Very cool. All right, guys. So we should probably talk about this Moon Knight. So for those of you who don't know much about the character, I have a character breakdown on the
Likewise.
channel
Mm-hmm.
to check out. And it was one of my favorite ones to do. Highly recommend it because honestly, I didn't know that much about Moon Knight.
No one
I
did.
knew of him.
I didn't.
I really got into it reading
Mm-hmm.
the books and doing my research. I really, really, really got into it. And, you know, everyone kept telling me he's the, here, I'll show everyone right now. Here we go. This is what we're talking about today, Mr.
So
Moon Knight. And look at him. He's just
so hot.
There we go.
Yeah.
Here we go. And I got this just for Joker, just in case. You'll be
Fine with
wearing
it.
that occasionally, I'm sure.
Oh, you might as well just leave him there. This
So the original origin of Moon Knight, he was a mercenary named Mark Spector, and he was in Egypt. He was working with a man named Raoul Bushman, who had a death mask tattooed on his face because he took his job super serial. And he was killing innocent people. Mark was not cool with it and ended up getting left for dead in the desert by Bushman. Well, he got taken to the temple of Khonshu, the Egyptian god of the moon, and Khonshu told him, I will, you know, heal you and bring you back to life as long as you vow to be my avatar on Earth. Mark agrees, and he takes on the role of Moon Knight. He parlays his money made as a mercenary into a small fortune, he creates this persona named Stephen Grant, billionaire playboy, and then another persona named Jake Lockley, kind of streetwise cabbie that keeps his ear to the ground, and eventually develops the persona of Mr. Knight, so on and so forth. During the run in the 80s, his powers were very tied to the phases of the moon. He did have some supernatural powers, but it started being really discussed that the weight of these personas on him caused him to stop juggling them and start absorbing them and develop dissociative identity disorder, so DID. So there's our little brief background on Moon Knight. Now, before we just dive right in here, Kelly, you watched it. What did you think?
Oh my gosh, I am so hooked. I am so hooked. First, anything that has anything to do with the moon, no matter which moon, whose moon, doesn't matter. I'm into that. I am the Lunar Girl. So immediately the title just grabbed, it just spoke to me. And then I watched it. Mm-hmm. For a first episode, I was glued to the TV. I was sitting in suspense. I couldn't believe how good a first episode could be. Now, it didn't exactly go according to the comic books from what I heard, because I personally did not know about them until just recently, or I probably would have read them all. But I was glued to the story that they were telling, and I can't wait to see where this is going to go.
All right, Joker, let it out. And keep it brief, because we're gonna break this down bit by bit. So
okay, like most folks, I was not a huge Moon Knight fan of the comics because, let's face it,
he's a deep cut.
Yeah, very deep cut. And so I always liked the way the character looked. So when I saw Moon Knight, I'm like, okay, I'll give it a whirl. We're not even 6 minutes into this first episode, and I'm pissed.
What?
Yep.
Oh, I know why he
is. And I'll leave it at that, and I'll let you take over, and we'll just go from there.
Okay.
Because he wasn't a billionaire playboy?
I'll get into this.
So that's kind of the first thing that we could kind of talk about is Stephen Grant in this episode. Let's see if I've got a decent picture of Stephen looking like a loser. No. So Stephen Grant was supposed to be a billionaire playboy, but in the show they have him as the gift shop guy at the museum in London, and he's a total loser.
Some beta male soy boy, just bleh.
Talks to himself, talks to his mommy, has no friends, has no confidence.
Okay, so
exactly.
Let me. Okay.
Personally, I think the reason why that my ex got the money for Amelia's flute. That's good to know. Thank you. Just popped up on my phone. I feel like I have to send out a mass message to everyone. Like, I'm going to be busy for the next couple of hours. Please don't say anything to me. Pretend I don't exist. Like all the other minutes of all the other days.
Right.
Anyway, I think the reason why they have made Stephen Grant this kind of lowly beta male milquetoast, works in a gift shop, who would he call himself, a shopist in the museum, was because Batman came out in March also, and Moon Knight and Batman are compared constantly, and for good reason. So I think that they might have started off with Stephen Grant in this persona to kind of distance them from the Batman image a little more. And it only has been the one episode, so it could change, you know. And if you notice, like when he's going up the elevator, going down the elevator, he goes in, he's on the 5th floor, right? He's on the 5th floor, and he goes in, he's pressing the G for ground level. And when he gets off the elevator, he's on the 5th floor again. And he even says something like, "Oh, is this the 5th floor?" And she's like, "Yeah." Okay. So already we're being shown that reality isn't what it seems. You know, it's not. Okay, when he's in the park talking to the statue, who's Crawley, by the way, his homeless informant. His name was in the credits too. When he was talking to Crawley in the park, and the camera pans down and we're looking at the reflection, but it's upside down and we don't know it until it pulls away. So what they're trying to show us with the cinematography is that nothing is what you think it is. Nothing is what it seems. What you think is reality is not. So I think what's going to happen is we're going to find out none of this is actually happening. I think when Steven is awake, it's all kind of happening in his head. Like it's not really there, you know? And that when Mark's awake, that is really happening. Like he's giving this world to Steven to kind of function in, so he leaves them alone, but he keeps waking up when Mark's trying to get shit taken care of. I don't know. That's what I think. And I think, you know, when the thing with the elevator happened and the puddles and stuff like that, that's a good point in that direction. Yeah. What do you guys think?
Oh, I wish it were that simple.
Let's hear Joker.
Like, you can elaborate.
So when we get started, already before we're even 6 minutes into this film or this show, at the 4-minute 14-second mark, we see the red bus. So we know we're not in New York, we're in London.
Yes.
And at the 5-minute 40 mark, when he says, I'm Steven, and I'm like, okay, this is Stephen Grant already. And when he was talking to his mom, says, since Mark Spector is the son of a rabbi, if you're speaking to your mom, and it's a good Jewish mom, you're going to speak a little Yiddish. So already we know within the first 6 minutes, this is not a Moon Knight story. This is a story that the producers and the writers are trying to send a
But
message,
is
and
Steven,
they're using Moon Knight as the vehicle for their message. This is not a Moon Knight story, and this has been typical of the Marvel of late.
but is Steven Jewish? We know
If
Mark is Jewish, but is Steven?
yes,
Okay. Okay, fair enough. And again, it's been one episode. We've got five
again,
more.
it's been one, and I've already heard some folks like John Burnett and Kelvington, the producer for Overlord DVD, who they have seen the 4 episodes. They've seen the 4 episode block so far, and they've already said that the episode 1 is the best one so far, and it goes downhill. So,
Oh no.
I hate it when you do that.
sorry.
Just let us find out on our own.
I was cautiously optimistic of a Marvel show, because the Marvel shows have sucked as a whole. And
WandaVision and Loki were pretty good. Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I'll give that to you.
Loki was garbage. Loki was garbage. Loki was garbage. Absolute garbage. And you and I need to have an episode where it's me and you, and I will ruin Loki for you.
I doubt it.
Oh,
you can try. I'll let you give it a try.
Okay, fine. Cool.
Okay.
So,
Fair enough.
so anyway, and this has been a big problem with Marvel, and it's just been showing up now. But a lot of these problems started the main event that started this thing was about in 2015, and it's just now we're seeing the repercussions of all this stuff, and it's just bad storytelling, bad writing, where the message is more important, and they're taking, I mean, with all due respect, Kevin Feige for the first 11 years built a monster empire on B, C, and D list storylines. And Tina, that's fine. You can love Loki. You're still wrong. That's right. I said it.
He is the Joker, guys.
Now,
Sorry.
and so he built a empire on B, C, and D list storylines. Amazing job. Cannot take anything away from him. Now we're scraping like V list storylines. I mean, Shang-Chi, which barely broke even.
Loved
Eternals
Shang-Chi.
sucked. Let's see. Eternals lost over $200 million. Sucked. Black Widow 5 years too late. Sucked. And your Disney Plus shows have all been lackluster or sucked. So this is just another product of that.
I'm so glad that I have you here for this. I really am. Because it's good to have, different
Yes.
takes.
I agree.
Mhm.
It's really good. He
What
hates
Marvel
joy. He loves Spawn. Spawn is for people who hate joy, and he
What
loves
Marvel movie?
Spawn.
What Marvel movie don't I hate?
And that's not Marvel. So
Okay, but just to answer your question, dear boys, Falcon and let's see, The Winter Soldier is the greatest MCU film of all, bar none.
Really?
Civil War, amazing film.
yeah, Civil War is great, but Falcon and the Winter Soldier
No,
show.
not the show. Captain America: The Winter Soldier
Oh,
film
Okay, I was-
is the greatest MCU film of all, by far. Let's see, Infinity War, amazing. Endgame, amazing.
No, bad, very bad. I cried. I threw it away like a book across the room and said, I'm never watching Marvel again. And I had to wait 2 weeks until I started watching the next movie. So.
And which coincidentally, all 4 of those films directed by the Russos. Do I detect a pattern?
If we just hand all superheroes over to the Russos, Zack Snyder, and James Gunn, and Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, we'll be fine. We'll be fine.
I agree with that.
All right, let's start talking.
Minus the James Gunn thing.
That's enough out of you, sir. That's a
Sorry.
hometown boy here.
Sorry,
It's
not sorry.
Okay, so first we have worship as he's going through this. And speaking of Marvel deep cuts, I don't know if it gets much deeper than Harrow. Harrow was, and I believe I've got some examples.
Oh, I got notes.
Harrow was like a one-shot villain, and he was disabled. His half his face was disfigured from a stroke, and he was in constant pain. And so he was using these Nazi experiments to turn. I guess I didn't get it. He was using these Nazi experiments to try and eliminate pain or to turn pain into pleasure. And I know that they have changed the character. Obviously, they changed
shocking. Gee,
quite a bit.
Why would they do that? Why would they
for
do
the
that?
Show,
why would they do that though?
Like that scene, that opening scene. It really is supposed to be Marvel paying homage to Harrow's roots as someone who was in constant pain and trying to find a way to either make that work for him or eliminate it altogether.
I have a question.
Okay.
Now, I'm actually glad that I'm the outsider looking in, because you both have read the comics. So you can help me with this. I was actually watching it with the the closed captioning on.
Always
so I could,
Yep.
Yes. Now, they called him Harrow.
Correct.
But the captions called him Arthur.
Right.
Arthur Harrow.
Arthur Harrow is his name. And
see, that's why I love you guys.
And like she said, Arthur Harrow is a surgeon, scientist who had a predilection for eugenics, particularly ones performed by a certain party in the 1940s Germany at a certain place where some horrible things were done to certain people.
And he channeled a shape-shifting sphinx named Amit.
No, not in the comic.
Amit come into play with the scales on his arm.
Okay, this is my point. This is a message, because Marvel has taken characters that nobody knows about, and they're banking on the fact that no one knows about these characters, because again, this is not a Moon Knight story. This is a message using Moon Knight as the vehicle. They don't like the world that Moon Knight exists in. They don't like the blueprint, so they're going to bend the world to fit their story.
Gotcha. I can understand your frustration for the sheer fact that I grew up reading X-Men comic books, and then the movies came out, and they don't exist to me.
And shit all over them.
They don't exist to me. So I understand your frustration. But as a person who had no knowledge except for 2 YouTube videos that I watched by the both of you, I'm like totally hooked on this.
Right, and that's what Marvel is counting on.
Yeah.
And that's they're going to take these, like I said, V-list now. I mean, they're not even, I mean, they're going deep cuts. I mean, no one who before the movie came out, who had heard about Shang-Chi? Nobody. Oh, please stop it. No one did.
I know people who know about Shang-Chi.
Okay.
And Fing Fang Foom.
Who was not in the film?
What was that dragon at the end?
It was not Fing Fang Foom. It was not Fing Fang Foom. That was confirmed.
Well, that's
So
kind of a dick move.
so then
you
you go
ask
to
me.
so then you go to the Eternals,
Mhm.
and again, not a lot of folks know about the Eternals. That is a deep cut Jack Kirby, his like little
I
passion
believe there's a
project.
reason for it.
Yes, because they want to send a message.
Because they want Midnight Suns. I want Midnight Suns, and they're gonna have Midnight Suns because who did they imprison Lilith in Atlantis? Who, Joker? Who?
Don't know, don't care.
Tiamat.
That's
Tiamat. They
great.
imprisoned her in Tiamat, and she escaped from his corpse in Greenland and called forth all her Lilith, and the Darkhold disappeared, and she was trying to take over the Earth, and so the Midnight Suns had to form for the first time since ancient times, but first time in the comics, and defeat her and save the world. And
Yeah,
then
and
you
it's-
get all these
and-
awesome 90s horror.
Yeah, and
That
it's
was great.
and
You're
if they
selling
do
me.
and if they do that, there's gonna be some message of, you know, eat vegetables, meat is bad in the
What?
in that film. It's gonna turn into a bloated CGI crap fest, which is what Marvel does now. Marvel doesn't care. Marvel does not care how much you know about these characters. Marvel hates you. Marvel hates us. Marvel hates us. They do. Marvel hates us. They hate fans. Sorry. Not sorry.
Oh, R2 agrees with you.
Well, here we go. I understand, but to me, it seems like they're doing Guardians of the Galaxy kind of thing, taking an unknown and putting their spin on it. See, I agree with that. And the one thing I have learned or accepted, I should say, over the years is that, and this is something, honestly, was my takeaway from the first Crisis by DC. You open that up, and suddenly, for the first time ever, you're seeing the TV and movie characters in this story.
Okay.
And they said they still exist, but they're just in a different universe, different reality. So
multiverses suck.
Anyway, so
anyway, okay. So hold
the
on.
comics and the movies are just two different universes. They're gonna have different stories.
Well,
as long as they
yes.
respect them, I'm cool with it.
Yes and no. Yes and no.
Okay.
Because in 2015, a guy by the name of Ike Perlmutter, who was the right hand man at Marvel Studios, got demoted to the print part of Marvel. He was demoted by Kevin himself, and this was right when pre-production for the Infinity War started, and Ike was the check against Kevin. He's the one who told him, no, you can't do this. This doesn't fit. This is not what the general audience wants. Kevin did not like that, so took Ike out of the picture, and now we are seeing the results of that, which is just Kevin being on the creative end with no one to tell him no.
Do you see what you're doing to me?
Good.
You're driving me to drink.
I know. Everyone else, grab your cocktails and let's go, because it's not getting any nicer
I have
from
very
here on in.
sad news to report, Kelly. Very sad
What?
news. You know
Oh,
my
no.
Wonder Woman stemless wine glass I normally
Oh
use?
no.
It broke
no.
2 seconds before I came on camera. I was washing it out and it just fell apart in my hands.
I am
Oh, no.
so sorry.
I don't have a Wonder Woman wine glass anymore.
Got
Oh.
my
Duncan.
I
I don't have a nerdy wine glass anymore. All I have is my fleur de lis. So
Well, now your boyfriend and children and mother and everybody knows what to get you on your
I don't
birthday.
get presents. I get shit for Christmas. Are you kidding me? No, I got editing software. It's fine.
Nice.
So real quick, want to point out Gus the goldfish. Hi, Gus.
Yes.
Have we all noticed, those who know me well and personally, What's he missing?
A fin.
A fin.
But which fin?
The same one that the same
right.
the
He's
same
right.
one that the same one that this the
Yep.
same
Yep.
one that Nemo.
And the same one that I am.
Aww.
This show was totally made for me. I'm
Meant for
missing a right
you.
fin.
Is that your fish?
No, it's not my fish. That's actually Gus.
Look,
I took
like
that
said.
picture with my
Oh.
phone
Oh,
from my TV because I
Gotcha.
couldn't find any pictures online. So
Danny is the fish.
I was in the show.
is the
He didn't
fish.
know.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wanted to point Gus out because I relate, Gus. I too swim in circles.
Mm-hmm.
Not really. But anyway, when Stephen wakes up, we hear A Man Without Love by Engelbert Humperdinck.
Yes.
Fun fact, that man changed his name to Engelbert Humperdinck. His name is Arnold.
Arnold.
They were like, you know what'll sell records? Not this name. No. You know what will? Engelbert Humperdinck.
Yeah, it just rolls off the tongue.
Just rolls
Yeah,
off
right?
the tongue.
Unless you're me. I'm a stutterer. There's nothing that just rolls off my tongue.
Funny story. Dave's mom was a big Engelbert Humperdinck fan.
Mm-hmm.
When he was growing up. Said she had a bunch of records. So he texted her and said, hey, Mom, Smurf. He calls me Smurf for some inexplicable reason. He doesn't even know why. But he's like, Smurf's doing a show talking about the show Moon Knight, and Engelbert Humperdinck was playing. And she goes, oh, I haven't listened to pop music in years.
That's cute.
She's younger than my mom.
That's adorable.
That's just cute.
Yet, like, she talks like she's older than my grandma.
You know.
It's adorable.
It's adorable. That's precious.
I love
You
that.
think Engelbert Humperdinck is pop? Anyway,
By the way, just
Yeah.
really quick.
Yeah.
What's up, Don? Don in the chat. What's up?
Oh, hey, Dawn.
where?
Moon Knight gets you wet. I am so sorry for your wife.
Oh, I'm in top chat. I'm not even in live chat.
I,
There he is.
oh, is that DB?
No, it's Don from the Escape Pod, ATSW, the Escape Pod. Wednesday nights at 7
Oh,
Eastern.
see, I'm still learning names.
I can help you with that.
Thank you.
I've been
This
on
might
their
have
show.
you.
Yes, you have.
I have been on their show twice. How do you not know?
Danny's brand new. She's the brand new sister. Danny's like what, 2 weeks old, 3 weeks
Yeah, I'm
old?
just a
Aw.
baby.
Just a couple weeks old. Yeah.
Just a baby.
You're our new little sister.
You're like a zygote.
I am. Tell everybody. So when he wakes up and A Man Without Love is playing, it really emotes this sense of loneliness. He goes and he feeds Gus while he's talking to Mom on the phone. Who is he talking to? Who is he
Litigators.
calling?
Okay.
Who is he calling? And then all the postcards around all the postcards. She's downstairs laughing. I can hear her. All the
Hey,
postcards.
she's not that old, okay?
No, I'm
Joker and I are a little bit older, so she's not that old.
all the postcards that he's referring to around Gus's tank. If you notice later when he's at work, they're the same postcards.
Yeah.
So Mark is sending himself postcards from his own work, and he's not even noticing. So, are the postcards going to come up eventually? And who the fuck is he calling? Who is he calling saying, hi, Mom?
Later, Gators.
Yeah.
Later, Gators. And all the gator and crocodile stuff everywhere.
Well,
Um,
well. Now the crocodile, because that's.
They're two different things. They're two different things.
Well,
but
Hamet is a crocodile god.
They're trying to. They're showing us something. The wallpaper on the cell phone he found in the wall had a gator on it.
Which don't get me started on that. Don't get me started on that. Dear God.
I don't know who Layla is other than from
Thank you.
House of M.
Thank you. Thank you. You make my point.
Marlene was the love interest, but we did see the name Duchamp.
Okay, so that is at the 28-minute mark. And I'm like, finally, something that is related to Moon Knight. We've gone through over half this 45-minute slog fest. And it's just, and now, God, Marvel,
Man,
come on.
I know I had a picture of Frenchie, but
I'm just,
can't find it. And I will gladly come on. You'll have to get in touch with me, guys, so I can go through my planner because
Danny, you're coming on Wednesday.
yeah,
Done.
that's right.
Coming on
But that's
Wednesday.
for ladies' night. That's for ladies' night.
We'll talk about that later.
I know it's all been stuck in my head, and I'm feeling right.
Oh, what a night.
Oh, what a night. So, anywho, he talking to his mom. There's alligator crocodile stuff, imagery being thrown at us. And then we see, you know, Ethan Hawke with the scales. Now, here's the thing.
Yeah.
He did point out the Ennead, and there was mistakes on the Ennead poster they had, and he was absolutely right. Now I know I have the Ennead line up. Here we go. Here's the actual Ennead. Well, a lot of the gods from the Moon Knight comics, and you notice there's Bast. Bast is, you know, the goddess that Black Black Panther, his people worship. But the Ennead actually does not include Hathor. There are 9 of them, but it doesn't include Hathor. Hathor actually married Khonshu, and had kids with him. So he's things are wrong. That was wrong. The elevator was wrong. The fish is wrong. The time is wrong. You're not quite right, are you? His accent is just weird, and if you notice, he is throwing out every single British idiom, every stereotypical British idiom. Oh, bollocks. Oh, bugger. And, you know, in it, everything he could think of, he's throwing out there. So right there, that's wrong. That's wrong. Mark, Stephen, Jake, they were all New Yorkers. They were all American citizens. They were all New Yorkers. So
yes, it's wrong on purpose.
Something is going on, and I really feel like in the story, they're going to show us. Part of what I think they're doing is I think that they are combining the Fist of Khonshu from the 80s. And here we are. I think they're combining the Fist of Khonshu from the 80s with the Jeff Lemire run. I think that what they're going to do, because look at this video. This is something I noticed. I watched it like 50 times and I've slowed it down for us.
Yeah, his jaw's all weird.
His jaw is dislocated. It's broken, but watch. It snaps itself back into place.
Yeah.
That is horrible CGI.
He heals. Well, it's also very slowed down. And I don't think it's that bad.
Horrible. The CGI was terrible in this.
His jaw heals itself. Now, in the later runs of Moon Knight, he didn't have superpowers. But in the Fist of Khonshu run, he did. And they were tied to the phases of the moon. And I think that's what they've done. I think they've brought that Fist of Khonshu storyline in with the Jeff Lemire run. So he is going to have some superpowers. He already is this huge martial arts expert. He's a hand-to-hand combat expert. He is an expert in arms. He was a mercenary. He was a Golden Glove boxer. He was a Marine. He was special forces, mercenary. So he's already that. But just from that one video where they're showing that his jaw has healed itself, I think that they're combining Fist of Khonshu with the Jeff Lemire run. You know, in the Jeff Lemire run, he was legitimately crazy. And actually, Amet she was the head of the hospital. She was a crazy, evil psychiatrist. And she had him trapped in this kind of delusion that he'd spent his whole life since childhood in a mental facility.
Wow.
Yeah. And these orderlies here turned out to actually be jackals who were chasing him. Is that it?
Mhm.
No. I know I've got the jackals. Error. So the
Yeah.
jackal, we already know, is, the
Anubis.
minions of Amet.
Mhm. Mhm.
And that is what's leading me to believe that they're going to combine those aspects of both stories to create this MCU one.
So this is just going to be one big convoluted. Let's mix two storylines instead of just going with one and go with it.
Well, I mean, I didn't say mix them entirely. I said aspects. And I think, from the one episode we've had, Joker.
And that's okay, and fair. This is episode 1. This could turn itself around. I don't think it will. I think it's going to suck the rest of the way, and this is going to be an absolute hate watch. Because if this was up to me, and I heard someone else say this. If they would have taken this concept and gone with like Batman meets the Mummy meets Fight Club, that's a show I would watch. But this is not going to be
like that, though.
No, not even close. Because it's goofy, it's campy. The best part, and again, just so many little, and again, just the little things. So he arrives in Germany. There are men trying to shoot him. He's at this crowd when all of a sudden, all the guys with guns are around him, and they try to wrestle him. Why not just use your guns? And then they're in the car chase, and the bad guys remembered they have guns.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so
it did go like that.
It's just so and again, you've got a great medium to tell a story with this thing in his head, because now you've got a unreliable narrator in there. So much again, like movies like the Memento, Fight Club, Joker. You've got this where you can't really trust the narrator of the story. This would be a great thing to go with this, but again, this is not going to be that story.
I think that's what they're trying to show us, though, that you can't trust the narrator because, again, the elevator, the reflections, he's wrong about things. We can't trust the narration because
who's in charge?
Wrong.
But I can't trust the writer of this show. I can't trust the brains of this show because I can't trust the brains of this show because, again, within 6 minutes of the opening, they've already told us this is not a Moon Knight story.
But it's a story.
What I'm saying is
okay. Then in this case, and Lunar Girl, I love you to death. I
really know.
I really do.
I love you too.
Then don't call it Moon Knight. Make your own story. Don't use something.
What if it's all a delusion?
That would be great, but I don't trust the Marvel. I don't trust Disney Marvel, and they have shit on us for too long now, and it's just I don't trust them, and it's going to take something to drastically turn this boat around, and it's not going to be a quick turnaround. I mean, the monster that is Disney, which unless you've been living under a rock, you know that they've got some shit going down.
The House of Mouse.
This is not good. This is not a speedboat that is going to turn on a dime. This is an aircraft carrier, and this is going to take a long time to right this ship, because right now the entire thing from Marvel, Lucasfilm, Pixar is just off the rails right now.
What was I going to say? Tag nabbit, Joker.
That I'm awesome. Thank you.
Well, shit. First of all, I was going to say before the thing, I was like, oh, we should talk about that first. But let's talk about
Sorry.
something I'm fairly certain all three of us can agree on.
Mm-hmm.
Khonshu.
Nah.
Oh, so creepy.
Nah.
I mean, and I've slowed this down because I want
CGI was terrible. CGI was terrible.
What?
Oh,
Who did
I think
that?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Did I stutter?
How scared? No, I got you, smart ass. But he just looked okay. So here's Khonshu in the comics. Okay, look at him.
Okay, Khonshu looks great when he's standing still.
I thought he looked totally badass.
Yes,
I
he did.
loved him. So
He
badass.
creeped the fuck out of me. Look at
But
that.
he has that
And even the
beautiful
little
moon
wisps of
staff.
hair on his skull. I thought they did a great job with
But,
that. I
you know,
really
me
did.
being the Lunar Girl, I was like, oh, I really want that moon staff. Really want it.
Right?
Really
I mean,
want it.
I've got mine. R2 keeps calling it my whooping stick, but this is not a whooping stick. Okay, this is special. And it's got moons on it. There we go. Here you go, Lunar.
Oh, look at
There's
that.
my moon. And then over there, my moons. I was so excited when I hung that up because I'm like, she's gonna see it. She's gonna see it. And I've got my moonstone ring on.
Well, can you?
So I love the moon as well. But I really thought they did. Khonshu looked exactly how I thought he would look in live action.
Okay, Khonshu, the character design looked fine.
Mm-hmm.
When Khonshu had to move, the CGI looked terrible.
Well, it was also a
This is
strobe
Marvel.
effect.
This is Marvel
Yeah,
we're
but it was
talking about.
strobe-y, you know.
This is Marvel we're talking about. This is Marvel. Industrial light and magic. For 6 episodes, they threw $100 million at this. You mean to tell me that that's the best they could do?
Do you do CGI?
No. And
Okay.
there's a reason. And
Joker pays for the CGI.
that's right. And apparently they didn't.
But it was strobe, so you're not supposed to see.
Okay, and that's a lovely excuse.
detail.
But if it's dark and you can still tell it's bad, it's bad. Those hellhounds.
That was creepy.
The hellhound looked awful.
Wasn't a hellhound.
A jackal, whatever
that
you
was
want to
the
call
first
it.
thing I was wrong about. R2, no, I didn't. And Mia,
That may be true.
so
Snack.
look at it. No, I haven't smacked you with it yet, you little smart ass, but I might.
Oh, just wait till this live stream is over.
Stinking cute. By the way, her profile picture is both my daughters. So,
Aww. Damn.
I thought Khonshu looked great. I think you're being an asshole, but that's fine because that's part of your charm and part of why I love you. So you keep me on my toes, which is why I made sure I came correct and I made sure to let you know that I did. So,
and you're still wrong. And you're still wrong.
So,
Danny, don't ever have him on your episode if you're going to talk about the sequel trilogies, because
he and I will be 100%.
Okay,
all right on that one.
All right,
because I feel like they pissed on my childhood with that.
Right.
I went and saw Rise of Skywalker, and I was like, "What the fuck was that? Why do I feel warm and smell ammonia?"
Decanonize the sequels.
Anyway, when he was talking to that little girl in the museum, okay, she says to him, "Did it suck?" And he's like, "What?" She's like, "When you were rejected from the field of reeds."
Yeah.
And he was like, "I'm not dead. I'm not dead. Am I?" And then he says again, "Am I?" So
Okay.
There was that. And then as he's taking her to the sarcophagus, there was a QR code on the wall in the background. And if you scan that QR code, which is not showing up on my list of things that I uploaded today, by the way, here you go. There you go, Joker. The QR code, if you scan it, and I tried to, but my phone just, I guess I couldn't get a good shot of it. But if you scan it, it gives you a free Moon Knight comic.
Oh.
Yeah.
I need to go back and do that.
What did I say?
I
said
know.
I came correct. I did my research. I did my digging. I looked at everything.
Wow.
I watched this thing like 7 or 8 times and just would pause and stare at things and then write stuff down. And then
You are a glutton for punishment. I watched this thing twice. I watched it once for just the
no,
okay.
This is my entire life. I have nothing else to do.
No,
I
likewise.
do hair and then I put myself on camera for some strange reason.
Danny's a fellow nerd geek.
I'm hard, man. I go hard with this stuff.
Right?
We all do.
Now, despite all of this, I will say that there was one thing that I found interesting.
Yeah.
Everyone start recording now.
Okay. In the museum where Arthur Harrow and his minions have found Stephen, and he's talking about Hammett and how Hammett could have stopped all these atrocities, how a certain political party in 1930s Germany would have never started. They mentioned something else, something that was post World War I that happened to a certain group of people that Oscar Isaac did a movie called The Promise about that same atrocity. I found that interesting. When I saw that Oscar Isaac is an executive producer on the show, I'm like, oh, that's interesting.
Yep. Tina smacking people? Really? They probably had it coming. I love my girl. Love you, Tina.
Yeah. And sometimes they don't have it coming because Tina can see into the future.
See what she did there? Yeah. Now, one thing that does kind of irritate me about the show, because I am a mythology buff. That's how I got into comic books. Comic books are the new mythology.
Yes.
I was really, really, really into ancient Greek and Egyptian mythology growing up.
Definitely.
And here's the thing. Amit does not weigh your heart. Ma'at does. Ma'at weighs your heart.
That's
Anubis
why
is there.
Asking, because
Anubis is there, but Ma'at, the one with the wings, she's the goddess of justice. She weighs your heart against one of her feathers. And Amet devours you if your heart is too heavy. That's all she does. She doesn't pass judgment. She has nothing to do with it other than, oh, you got something for me to eat? Cool. I was hungry.
Yeah, she's a shape-shifting sphinx who thrives in the underworld, and it's like, throw me the sinners. I'm hungry.
Exactly.
So again, it goes back to my point. Why the deviations? This is not this is not a Moon Knight story.
Well,
this is going to be a message.
Thing.
Well,
you and I are both noticing that things are wrong. You and I are both noticing things. And I just remembered the thing I was going to say before we moved on. Make sure you hit like and subscribe, you sexy nerdlings, you. And I've got
smoosh the like button. Smoosh it.
Smoosh it. Look at that. Sexy nerdlings. It's right there in the upper hand corner.
That's awesome.
Sexy nerdlings. So make sure you smash that like and subscribe button. I see we've got 16 people watching and we have 7 likes. So
according to my take, I got 16 watching and 15 likes.
Oh, I got 7 here.
YouTube does that, Danny.
Effing YouTube.
YouTube, like,
get it together, YouTube. We're watching you.
Yeah.
Anyway, you and I are saying the same thing, but with different purpose, Joker.
Correct.
So there are things that are off. You say it's because Kevin Feige's a dick.
Oops.
And I say it's because it's all a hallmark of we can't trust shit.
I say that maybe. Oh well, Kevin Feige is a dick, but I'm saying that he's giving his writers and creatives free reign to basically do whatever they want, and the message, because he no longer has that check against him, that let's push the message. Let's tell a message. Let's give out a message, because all these rubes out here need to do better. And that's been Marvel ever
Dave
since
just
Phase
made
4.
his YouTube premiere.
And that is the entire, that's been the entire Phase 4 so far.
Mhm.
And it's been all the shows. It's been everything. And I mean, I can go down a list of just all the stuff that's gone on since 2015, when this person was removed from the cinematic portion of the Marvel, because Kevin Feige did not like being challenged. But people in that position need to be challenged, because if you don't, you get Jar Binks.
Well, checks and balances. I agree. There should be checks and balances.
I'm
Ouch!
just saying.
That hurt me.
Right, I know, but again, and in hindsight, even George said, "Yeah, I might have gone too far with a few things," because he had no one to tell him no.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
So
fair enough.
This is where I'm at with Marvel, which is why I have no faith in them.
I want to acknowledge something Tina just said. Yes, once the moon is full, according to the Fist of Khonshu series in the 80s, his powers are at full strength. So during a waxing moon, they are growing up until the full, and during the waning, they're going away.
And apparently Nicole likes big moons too, and she
likes big moons that you cannot lie. You other stars can't deny. Like, I don't know what else to say to it, but I like where she's going with it. There we go.
Shimmy.
Jabbed on.
Well, I was
Joker's horn here.
White girl in it.
Okay, DB, thank you. When there is so much source material on a subject, ignoring it usually is a slap in the face to the core fan. Happens a lot more with new shows and movies lately. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing. I agree. I do. There are certain things that are very difficult to work in, that I understand too. And for me, as long as they respect that character, respect the creators, the writers, the artists, respect them, do what you can. Mm-hmm. That's how I feel about it. I realize a lot of things cannot be translated to the small or the big screen or make sense with what is going on in the greater whole of the MCU. But
New York can't be translated to the big screen.
I didn't say that.
Then why are they
Don't put words
London?
in my mouth.
Then why are they in London?
Why are they in London?
I think we're going to find out. Again, like I said, I feel like that something is going to come up where they're going to explain all of this. Like, something's not right in Mark Spector himself. Mm-hmm. And a lot of the things that we are experiencing in this first episode, just one, is directing us to something's not right with Mark Spector. Something's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
And I hope you're right. I really, because I want to be wrong. I want to come back on the show and eat crow. I want to. I don't
Joker,
think
you're always really good like that. I gotta tell you that. You're always really good like that. No, you're honest. You know, when
yes, I have a crow
when
around
you talk, and you know, if there's something that you're really good like that.
Oh, crud!
And that's just something that I owe the.
By the way,
audience,
this is the new studio.
Ooh,
it's sexy.
And that's just something that I owe.
Here's your crow.
Oh, I have that one.
Oh,
I have that one. And I just, as Lunar Girl. Thank you very much. You know, I owe that to my audience. I owe that to the audience of whose ever show I'm coming on. Just be honest about it.
Yeah, you always
And
are. That's
That's
why I like you.
why I told you to come on here.
why, thank you.
We need different opinions. Like you and I are both knowledgeable on the subject.
Mhm.
Okay. I enjoyed it. You did not. Lunar wasn't, 100%
I went in
knowledgeable on the
blind.
subject, but she's still a fan.
Yeah.
And she still has things to say. So
Right.
we've got both ends of the spectrum and
Yeah.
in the middle. So
Right. And
that's what I like. I like
that's a good thing.
actual discussion.
Going in blind, I'm just craving that second episode. Like, where are we
You know,
going? This
Okay,
I'm
is
going to
so
ask
exciting
the
for
real
me.
question here.
Well,
Okay, I'm going to ask the real question, the important question.
let
The
me answer one
inspiring
thing.
minds like me and
Let me
Lunar
answer
and
one-
Nicole and Tina and Shanti are all asking, when are we going to get to see Oscar Isaac naked?
I
When
personally
is
don't care.
that going to happen?
I did.
Be quiet,
Did you-
Dave.
Didn't you see that in Dune?
Seriously? You have to ask me that question? You have to. Come on,
This
Tina.
is
What you going to say?
Disney. We never get to see him naked. This is Disney. It's not going to happen.
You'll get cheek.
We might get part of a cheek. Yeah.
Fulcrum,
Just
thank
saying.
you. Fulcrum,
the Dune
thank you.
scene was
Thank you,
very
Fulcrum.
confusing for a lot of us ladies. We're supposed to be upset because someone has died, but that someone who's died is incredibly attractive in his birthday suit. It's very confusing.
Yeah.
Very
Necro.
confusing.
Necro.
R2 says when we hack his phone. Someone get on that. Alan, I need you to show me how to do that. Mm-hmm.
Oh my.
Hey,
Oh,
you
my.
wanted to come on here. You asked.
Oh, I did. Don't get me wrong. So, and also, if anyone thinks that okay, well, maybe the first season will not be that great, but they'll get the ship right in the second season. As of right now, there are no plans for
Yeah,
a
I
second
heard that too.
season. Well, it was confirmed in Variety. Oscar has not signed any deal, and I heard.
He's a huge star.
Well,
so it would be very surprising if they did give it a second season. As big of a
then
I would like to see both of those, DB.
Well, then something. Then A, why bring it? Then A, why bring in this story if it's going to be just the one-off?
Because Lunar Girl wanted to see it.
Okay, fine. So,
and,
so then
they did it for me.
So then I heard
Tina and I have an agreement about something about dudes rolling up their sleeves up to their forearms and Mr. Knight roll. We got to see that.
Okay, so okay, so next episode I come on, wear a long sleeve shirt and roll my sleeves up. Got it.
Yeah, do it.
So this is a really good question. And I'm glad she brought this up because this is something I definitely talked about in the episode that dropped this morning or yesterday morning, the Midnight Suns. Marvel is gearing up for Midnight Suns, and I'm pretty stoked about it. Midnight Suns consists of, and it's a legacy group. So
Black Knight, Blade.
Right. Moon Knight, Blade, and Moon Knight is rather new to the Midnight Suns. So Moon Knight, Blade, Doctor Strange.
In answer
Wong,
Tina, in answer to your question, no. Oscar Isaac has not signed on for anything else, and it is unlikely he will.
That's not true.
It is very unlikely he will. They're
going to do Midnight Suns.
That check will need a lot of zeros because.
Oh, and you think Kevin Feige and Marvel Studios and Disney doesn't have that kind of money check, bro? You're not that.
I'm
naive.
sure Kevin Feige.
He's just holding out until he gets the bigger zeros.
No, that is not how Disney works. They sign people to multiple appearance contracts that that's the way it's always been. Wow.
Wow, I almost spit out my tea all over the screen.
Oh,
That was good. That was good. I like that.
afternoon cousins.
R2.
So as I was saying,
man.
everything that especially Marvel has done has been signed for multiple appearances. This is the only time that they have done it. This is the only time that they have done the one-off. So once all the press stuff stops for the Moon Knight, Oscar Isaac is done. Oscar Isaac has gone on the record. He was not happy with the Lucasfilm side of Disney, and he was not happy with doing a superhero.
No, if I played Poe Dameron and I had to be in all three of those stinkers, then yeah,
Okay.
I'd be pissed too.
And he was also not very happy with being in a superhero film, that being X-Men Apocalypse.
Oh yeah.
Right. Right. So I think
Damn, Oscar.
so.
Poor guy.
I know, right? So he may be very leery, and he agreed to sign on for this. I don't know because from what I have heard, that a part of what Ethan Hawke and Isaac originally signed on for this was that it was completely disconnected from the MCU. It is just a separate story that is going to sell a message and who knows what.
I know they keep saying that this is all separate and everything, but I'm just not buying it. They don't do anything on accident. Everything is on purpose.
Then Oscar would have signed a multiple appearance contract.
All right, real quick. Yo, Scarif, love you.
Hi,
Love
Scuttle
you.
Daddy.
All right,
Stop.
let's watch another video. I'm gonna pull up.
Well, it has to get the 10,000 steps in. You know? I don't even know about it until I wake up wherever. That's why I try and stay awake at night. What do you think? Nah, you're right. I mean, I guess there are stranger things that people do, but no. I think it's a bit. I'm sorry. Extra pralines for the man himself. So you know that girl I was telling you about, the one from work? We're going on a date tomorrow. Sorry.
Could you take a picture of us?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're going on a date. I didn't even ask her. I don't know how it happened. 1, 2, 3. Cheers. Oh, don't forget the tip. Oh, yes. Cheers. Thank you. Anyway, if I am going to have a girlfriend at some point, obviously can't have ankle restraints on my bed, can I? That's the definition of a red flag.
And that helps him perform more effectively as Moon Knight. So I think we're going to get a lot of answers to our questions from Crawley. Personally speaking, Lunar, I'm going to you first. What's your opinion on that?
The movie cut out the first half of your question.
Yeah.
Oh no!
I heard
Okay.
the movie.
Okay, so I forget about that.
Mhm.
Again, I'm a newborn baby YouTuber. Crawley is a homeless man that Mark befriends as the persona Jake Lockley, the cabbie. He meets him mostly at Gina's diner, and he gives him information as to what's going on the street, you know, the underground, all that stuff, and helps him perform more effectively as Moon Knight. So I think in the next couple of episodes, we are going to see Mark, Steven, whomever, sit down and talk with Crawley, and we're going to get a lot of answers to a lot of the questions we've posed here tonight. Like, what's really going on? Is MCU trolling us again, or is it just one of those situations like Fight Club where we cannot trust the narration of the you know? What do you think?
I think that's what it is. That's what I think it is. Whoever's in charge, we don't know who's in charge, which personality is in charge, and which is the real life and which is a made up life, or are they all different lives? I mean, as the outsider coming into this show, like, where is this going? I can't wait to find out who's in charge.
All right, Joker. You've got go for it.
I don't think we're gonna get Jake Lockley. I don't think we're gonna see that.
Wah, wah, wah.
I don't think we're gonna see that persona, because I think this is just like you said, they seem to have taken elements from one storyline and then from another storyline, and they've just made this Frankenstein's monster of a mess. And so, I'm at a point where I don't care about the show. And I don't enjoy it. I'm very pessimistic about it going forward. I'm hoping it turns around, but I have nothing to give me reason to think otherwise.
Mm-hmm. And again, I understand where you're coming from. Oh, where did I go? Oh,
You're right
here I am.
there.
And
Ooh.
she has the horns now.
Horns. I understand where you're coming from, Joker. As an X-Men comic fanatic all through the 90s, seeing the movies, they're completely dead to me. So I'm imagining that's how you're feeling being a Moon Knight comic enthusiast, seeing...
I'm actually not.
I was going to
I'm
say,
not.
he's not really.
No, I'm not.
Oh.
And
Then I don't understand what you're feeling.
And no, Ro, I don't hate everything. I just hate shitty writing and shitty storytelling.
Hi. Oh, good. It's your turn.
Stop.
Stop.
I'm getting it together here, okay? I was trying to do it one at a time, and I'm just not that. I'm not that great at it yet, okay? I'll get better next week. And yes, Mimi, you texted me when I was recording that clip of Crawley, and you could have just come upstairs and said, "Hey, Mom," but you decided to text me while I was working. And it's fine because I love you and you're precious. You're wonderful.
Precious.
She is my precious, and she knows that.
Precious.
She is.
Then
Just
you don't.
watched what
Then
happened
you.
then
Then
yesterday.
you don't know good storytelling, Ro. That's right. I said it.
You said that to
You
Scuttle
said
Daddy?
that to the.
I apologize for nothing.
You said that
Oh,
to the scuttle,
Joker.
the Scuttle Daddy.
And
You're going back to Arkham.
well, it's actually taco night, so that's fine.
Oh.
It's
Taco
Sunday,
Tuesday
bro.
on
Taco
Sunday.
Tuesdays, 2 days away.
It's Arkham. We're a little
Oh, I
odd.
found Frenchie.
Oh, Frenchie, hello.
Come here. Hey, you guys want to meet my son? Yeah. Come say goodbye. This is my son Kessler. He's leaving, so he's coming to tell his mom
Looks
goodbye. Come
tall.
say hi to everybody.
Hi.
Bye, sweetie. Love you too.
Aw, he's a good boy. What a good boy.
He did a video with me. He did our Spider-Man reaction, the No Way Home reaction. Well, come here. Do you want to? You've been chatting with everyone. Everyone, this is Mia. Also, the Pistol Pack
Mia.
Princess. What did you think of Moon Knight?
Oh, I haven't watched it.
Smart girl.
She's watched part of it.
10 seconds.
See?
Sounds like my Padawan.
See? 10 seconds.
And you definitely have hit me with that stick.
I have not hit you with that
And the
stick.
shittiness you have.
Oh,
Fam,
I
this thing is
apologize.
coming
Damn
out.
it. Why did you have to say that on air? Now, R2's never going to let me live it down. Moving on.
Moving on.
Your dad's calling you. Saved by the dead. She's the best. But anyway, yeah. So Frenchie was his buddy while they were mercenaries with Raoul Bushman. And in 2006, it comes out that Frenchie is gay and he's been in love with Mark this entire time.
Because reasons.
And I have, I don't know if you guys heard a couple of months ago, but the guy who played Frenchie in the Moon Knight series passed away.
Oh.
So I'm wondering if they got all his scenes in or what's going on. Do you need something?
Oh, no.
I'm live.
I know. I just like staring at you.
Oh, okay. She likes staring at me.
Awkward.
So here's some Midnight Suns action.
Right.
As you can see, we've got Wong, we've got Elsa Bloodstone, we've got Danny Rand, Spider-Man, Moon Knight, Doctor Strange, Blade.
Yeah, 2 Ghost Riders.
Man-Thing.
Right.
There's also Victoria Montesi and Jennifer Kale. If there's Man-Thing, there's Jennifer Kale. So I think we're gonna get some Midnight Suns action. If not in Moon Knight, then we're gonna get it in Doctor Strange, and we will most definitely get it in Blade.
Oh dear, Midnight Doctor Strange. Dear God, I am worried about that.
Poor Kay.
Oh no.
Why? Let's see. Well, the film was already in the can, and they had to do 6 weeks, 6 days a week of reshoots. That is a insane amount of reshoots, and that just bloated the production budget to somewhere between $300 to $400 million, which means that movie, to break even in its 45 days in the theater before it gets pushed to Disney Plus, needs to make about $1 billion to break even.
Ouch.
Yep.
Oh, hey, real quick, can I just shout out that I just hit 131 subscribers?
Ooh,
yeah.
Nice. 131. Nice.
You're 2 ahead of me, right?
5 ahead of you. 5 ahead of you.
Yeah, you two are like going neck and neck.
I know. We have this unspoken competition going on.
I've been watching.
I'm fine with it.
We never talk about it, but we feel it.
You're connected. You're
we
connected
once talked. I'd say we had a conversation for probably 6 hours one day.
Yeah, like it was like for about 3 hours. Just
good for you.
Yeah,
good for you.
Yeah.
I love it when friends are friends.
And I've never been to Vegas, so I need to get there. Hey, 111 after the weekend.
Woohoo!
111 is my birthday.
Well, writing that down.
It's a good number.
You're a Capricorn? You're a Cap.
I'm a Cap. I'm the cat wrangler. You need a Capricorn to wrangle all these red 5 cats.
My oldest child is a Capricorn, and he is most definitely the cop in this family. So fun times. He's great. Cybersecurity. Well, I'm just gonna say it. I really enjoyed Moon Knight. I really did. I love Oscar Isaac. He's a consummate performer. The scene where he has the scarab and Ethan Hawke, who looks just like my brother. That man is totally sexless to me.
When he's trying to pry it out of his fingers.
So he's
going like
his
that.
expression is completely divorced from his physical movements. He's fantastic. So that whole scene I really liked. It did kind of nag at me that they're saying that Ammit is measuring their souls when Ammit in Egyptian mythology does not.
No, she eats them.
But I think the way I took it, what I took away is that Ammit is kind of overstepping. She's kind of jumping the line, and she's like, you know what? I'm hungry. Bitch, I'm hungry. All right. I told you to get me a fucking cheeseburger or a taco or something, and you're telling me to wait until these people are dead before I can have my snacky snack? That's not
Amit's
cool with me.
just angry, you know?
Yeah, she's
She's
hangry.
angry.
She's PMSing and she's hangry.
Yeah,
So-
it's hormones. It's just Egyptian hormones.
It's ancient Egyptian god hormones. So what I took away is that Amit has tipped her own effing scale and she's gone full evil and she has conned this sociopath into, scooping up souls for her.
Yeah.
Lunar agrees with me. Joker,
I
you're
agree
going to
with
say
you.
it's Kevin Feige trying to steal our souls, right?
I would say just because someone slaps a Marvel label on it, don't take it as it's automatically good.
I don't.
If there was no Marvel label on it, I would still love this.
Okay,
as a person who has no background to it whatsoever.
Okay, so but in that sense, it goes back to what I was saying. Then make your own story.
I love you, Tabitha.
I get that. Yeah.
Then make your own story. Don't use an established character and established world that you're gonna bend to fit your narrative, your story.
Right. I totally get that. A lot of people had that same feeling towards the Book of Boba Fett. So and you were one of them. Were one of them.
And again, since we've already in episode 1, we're already into how he's already he already has his powers and it's the association's already happening. We don't know where that event happened. So we're going to get the one thing everyone complained about the Book of Boba Fett. We're going to get flashbacks. Just saying.
Book of Boba Fett.
It
was okay. It was a misstep.
I think it could have been so much better. I
beginning.
really thought D was going to show up. I thought Details was going to show up on that. When I saw the Pike come off that train, I would say I went running into the other room, but it didn't have my leg on yet. So I wheeled and I grabbed Dave and I was like, "Look!" And I showed him and I texted D and he gave this because D played Quay Tulsite in Solo. And he was the only live action Pike up until episode 2, Book of Boba Fett. So when I saw that, I was like, he's going to show up. He's got to. Like in a flashback or something, or as a consultant on the show. And they just kind of left it lying there.
Right.
That was just one of many holes they just didn't take advantage of. And that was...
Wow.
I understand.
Because that was Solo. We can hopefully just forget that film ever.
Well, I'm not talking about Solo. I'm talking about Book of Boba Fett.
No, that's just it's still not a great. Wasn't a great series.
I love Rogue One, regardless. Rogue One is the best Star Wars movie since
Rogue One
Return
is the
of the
only
Jedi.
Rogue One is the only good Disney Star Wars film.
Agreed.
The only one.
But I have to. I watch The Last Jedi and Force Awakens. Not Last Jedi. Yeah, Last Jedi and Force Awakens and Solo because one of my very good friends is in it. And I love him to pieces. He's such a sweet, wonderful, wholesome guy. And if it wasn't for him, my channel wouldn't be anywhere near where it is right now.
Well, yes, and that's fine. And that's fine. But you can still call bad.
True.
Thank you.
They did all suck. I'm just saying.
And the sequel sucked.
They pee-peed on my childhood, and I'm not okay with it. My leg is still wet. And someone's offering me a towel.
And Moon Knight still sucks.
I can't agree with you on that one. And
I mean,
it's okay.
Again,
we can
it's
disagree.
one episode.
It's fine.
Again, it's one episode. Is there room to make the show fine? Sure, there's room.
There is plenty of room.
I don't think it will.
I will say this. I'll say this. When Book of Boba Fett came out, and I know we're not talking that, but when Book of Boba Fett came out, Joker Voice hated it. but then episode 5 happened.
Well, come on.
The
That
voice-
episode.
Love that,
Come.
but it was
And
Book of Boba
admitted
Fett.
that he loved it.
Okay,
They
now.
should have just called it
Mando.
Tatooine, Tribes of Tatooine. It shouldn't have been a name of episode 2. It should have been the name of the entire series.
And that
Tribes
was
of
Lunar
Tatooine.
Voice's whole thing too.
And let's just say that episodes 5 and 6, again, those were more than just those were good Star
Those were
Wars stories.
Great Star
Yes.
Wars stories.
And
Can
that
confirm.
was and
Mhm.
that was it. And so and again, this is where and again, when I say that these writers and producers and the Hollywood creative types, for the most part, there are a few that don't hate fans.
Mm-hmm.
John and Dave are in that class of ones that don't hate fans.
Agreed. Absolutely.
But for the most part, the Hollywood creative class hates fans.
I didn't want to end the stream with me crying. So why are you doing this?
Care Bears on meth.
Listen, I have a baby in the other room.
Good, make him cry. Bring him in.
I
Bring
have
him
an
in.
Ewok
I'll let
baby.
Ewok
And
baby.
he doesn't appreciate your racism. He doesn't do meth. He's fat and he's floofy and he stares out a window and yells at people who come in our yard.
Okay,
That's-
good.
He's a
That's
good
good.
boy.
Oh,
And I
sure.
got
Except for
to
when
see
he eats the
pictures
toilet
of
paper.
him.
That's,
Oh.
and
Send her
I'm
pictures.
sure that's adorable. Care Bears
Except for
on
when
meth.
he eats toilet paper, then that's a real problem for me.
Or humans.
Yeah,
Porks
don't eat the
are
toilet
better.
paper out of the trash can. It's nasty.
That's gross.
It's gonna gum up your works, bro. Like I don't know why he doesn't listen to me. Oh,
He's
bye
an Ewok.
Tabitha. Thanks for coming.
Bye,
in.
Tabitha.
Bye, Tabitha.
See
Don't
my
know
Grogu? Our
Bye.
Grogu is hanging
Bye,
out.
Tabitha. Don't know who
I
you are,
love
but
Grogu.
That's Dreaming Tabitha. She has a YouTube channel and she taught me how to paint this absolutely precious Grogu.
that is adorable.
Aw.
I did that with my hands and some brushes.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I hang it right under my SpaceX mission patches
Okay. I like it.
because I'm a total nerd. But I had a lot of fun, guys.
I did too.
I
I
did.
did
I
too.
like good discussions. You had some excellent points, undeniably excellent points. And you know what? I had some undeniably excellent points too.
You both did. I learned a lot from the both of you.
And Kelly, Lunar Girl,
Kelly's always great. Kelly's always great.
Thanks.
I love you.
DB
And-
wouldn't. DB
and-
wouldn't say that.
And Danny, yes, you did. Yes, you did make some good. You did make some good points. You're still wrong, but that's fine.
that's funny because I told all of Red 5 that I was going to demonstrate to you or you were wrong.
And you failed miserably.
It's okay. I had a really good time. And
Likewise, this was a lot of fun.
I had a
and
lot
I'm-
of fun.
you know what? You guys want to come back for the very last episode?
Yeah.
Is the Pope Catholic?
Is a fat big fart? Is a bear shit in the woods?
Yes.
Sometimes bears shit in my lawn, but you know.
bears shit in your lawn.
What?
I live in the Poconos. Bears, deer,
Okay, don't
coyotes.
okay, don't
Okay.
hit me.
Okay.
Where's
don't-
the Poconos?
Oh, it's northeastern Pennsylvania, like up in the
Gotcha.
little corner
Okay.
there, and it goes
Okay,
like
so-
halfway down the state.
I've
on
never
the
been to
eastern part.
the Northeast.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So
I live in the armpit of the United States.
so
Jersey.
No. Contrary to popular belief, the armpit of the United States is not New Jersey.
It's Southern California.
No, it's Southeast Missouri. It's facts.
Oh.
It's science. I don't
So-
make the rules. I just follow them.
So note to self, never going to visit Lunar Girl at her house or DB as well. That's not going to happen.
It's
Because-
okay. All you have to do is
Nope.
yell at them.
No.
Yell
Nope.
at them.
Nope.
They go
I-
away.
I saw a bear once, and I was with some friends, and they asked me, what should we do? I said, we can run. And they said, you can't outrun a bear. I said, I don't have to. I just have to outrun you.
Oh no, that you just like yell at them. Like
I tell people
like
all
Chris.
the time.
Chris will be like, "Get the hell out of here, asshole!" And I'll throw some firecrackers at him. And
You're
I tell people all the
antagonizing
time
it?
No, he's
that
scaring them away. They don't like noise.
I tell people all the time that if you see me running, you should run too because you will survive.
Yes.
I'll never run. I'll be like,
Okay, Cleveland is
"Don't
the
get safe,
butthole.
guys.
Good
It
to
was
know.
nice knowing you."
Okay, so
And Amelia would also like to come back for the final episode.
yes. So okay, so no, so not talking about bears. This will be something else that's just completely random, just off the rails here. I was at the Club Med in Cancun. Beautiful place. Getting a tour of the resort, and there's this ocean-fed lagoon where the water skiing in there, and I'm like, oh, that looks like fun. Corner of my left eye, I see something move, and I look over, and in the water, about 9 feet long and about 3.5 feet wide, there's a saltwater crocodile. And I look at the guy, and I'm like, right? And I'm like, you go water skiing in there? And he's like, oh yes. I'm like, oh no. And he's like, what's the problem? I'm like, the problem? You have a dinosaur right over there. Not evolved in a few million years. You know why? Doesn't have to.
Doesn't have to. It's like a cockroach.
Say that word. I can't. I hate those things.
I don't like them either.
I don't even say the word. I say cucaracha.
La cucaracha,
Oh, sorry.
La cucaracha.
So, DB wants to specify that Jersey is the armpit. Listen, maybe in state. Oh, it's shape of state, but not in stench.
Yeah, smell.
And everything else.
Definitely
I currently live in the meth capital of the United States. That's our claim to fame.
Wow.
So,
and which is kind of ironic that you have a Care Bear there on meth.
Well, that's not what I would call it ironic. But, and he's not a Care Bear. He's a baby Ewok, and he's very loved.
He's a Care Bear on meth.
Ewoks, they're Care Bears on meth.
Just really disturbing that you would say things like that about my child, Joker.
I apologize for nothing. Yeah, whatever. Tina hits people with sticks. That's
go with
fine.
Porgs are great.
Porgs are great. Porgs are great with barbecue sauce.
Potatoes.
No, friends not food. Friends not food.
With barbecue sauce, a little Cajun rub on them.
Oh, friends not food.
Stop it, Joker.
You're gonna make me cry. Go back to Arkham.
You know,
well,
your Joker laugh is pretty impressive.
Oh,
but
yeah.
My evil witch laugh is just unmatched.
Oh
wow, you two would make a great couple. Voice acting couple. Voice acting couple. Bless you. Oh no, what did I do?
Wow.
I broke her.
Just allergic to bullshit. That's all.
Oh, another thing. I just got word at my favorite con, Fan X in Salt Lake. They just announced some of their guest lists that are going to be there. Moff Gideon, Giancarlo Esposito.
Bless you.
Oh, was that bullshit?
No, that's true.
Okay.
And, of course, the wonderful, the apple of my eye. That is a fun one, as I will. Tara Strong will also be there.
Harley Quinn herself.
Yes. Which if you check out my channel, you can see.
Oh my God, R2, are you in Missouri too? You have Walmart's guns? Target? Are you sure you're not in Missouri?
Sounds like Alabama.
That's Missouri, honey.
Oh.
Alrighty.
Joker, if you happen to go, I really hope you do a pod on it.
Oh, that would be great, and
Yeah.
I would definitely do a recap or something on that.
Yeah.
But again, that's not until September, so I got some time to plan on that.
Heck,
All right.
DeLorean saying the Chicken Brothers. Is that what that means? The
Los
Chicken
Hermanos
Brothers?
Pollos. That was in Breaking Bad.
Ah,
Oh, you see that I missed that one too.
Yeah. Never watched it.
Well, that was about meth.
Gotcha.
Well, which again, you watch.
GB loves that series.
You know what? You know what? I'm just. You live in the meth capital of the world. You watch shows about meth. You got a Care Bear on meth. I'm just saying.
Why am I this fat? I know, right?
Hey, Joker Voice lives in the city of sin, so
He does.
True story.
Sick ass.
yeah.
You know what happened in Vegas during Damnation, right?
No.
Nothing.
Hydra destroyed Vegas, and then Doctor Strange tried to bring it back, and he ends up I just talked about this yesterday. He raises up Hotel Inferno because Mephisto had started converting all of Vegas to adapt to his realm, but right when Strange was raising it up, part of hell came with him. So part of hell lives in Vegas now in
cool.
comics.
That'd be cool.
That.
That'd be cool. That's cool.
So
yeah. So I full disclosure, I wasn't watching much of anything yesterday because WrestleMania Night 1 was on last night.
Yeah, I don't care about wrestling. I haven't cared about wrestling since the late 80s, since I, got my first period.
I loved it in the 90s, early 2000s, and
love
then
it now.
I started having kids and fell away from it.
I still love it now. I've been watching it since WrestleMania 1. So that's how long I've been. This is 38 now. So
yeah.
Sorry. The comments are killing me.
I know, right?
The chat has been freaking amazing.
They
have. Thanks everybody for joining us.
Yes, thank you so much. So,
and before you leave, make sure you smoosh the like button.
Smoosh it. Give it some snuggies. I love snuggies. Give it some snuggies.
That gives me like flashbacks.
How was that again?
My snuggies.
Okay, just making sure.
You want to demonstrate snuggies with me?
No, I don't need to see snuggies.
Hashtag cancel pants. Oh, this is
visual.
snuggies.
Visual. I did not need.
I think you're getting a little.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. So, before we close it out and everything, Lunar Girl, final thoughts.
Final thoughts? I love it. It was like, for me, I would give it probably an 8.5 because there's always room for something to improve.
Absolutely.
I didn't know the backstory. I'm going in blind and I want to see where it goes. I hope the rest of the season doesn't suck. I loved the first episode.
Joker, I'm going to give you 30 seconds, bruh.
Suck. No hope.
He needed one.
Don't have much hope for it improving. If recent Marvel has anything to go by it, the show is going to suck, and I have no faith in it.
I thought it was great. Oscar Isaac is an amazing actor. Ethan Hawke is a great actor.
Oscar was the best.
Cinematography and the imagery was great.
Oscar was the best part of the show.
Yeah, I absolutely adored it, and I'm so looking forward to more. If anyone in the chat is interested in coming on the show to talk about forthcoming episodes, please send me a message, and we'll get it set up. But I had a great time, guys.
Thank you
so much for
a lot of
coming
fun
out here. And
thank you for inviting me. Seriously, thank you for
inviting me.
You don't have to thank me, either one of you. I talk to you two more than just about anybody in my real life these days. So I want to thank everyone in the chat, everyone who watched, you creepers that didn't talk and watched.
And if I may give my send off, may I?
Yes.
Until next time we meet, folks, always have fun. #keep talking and always keep a smile on your face. Yeah.
Yay.
Good job. I would be disappointed if you didn't do that.
Well, that's what I do. Again, hashtag keep talking, guys. Hashtag keep talking.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We had a great time. Make sure you hit like and subscribe. We will be back next Sunday talking about episode 2 of Moon Knight. And before we go, let's watch the
You weren't supposed to see any of this. What are you? You sure you want to know?
Mark, you look different.
Am I like some sort of secret agent? It's a little more complicated than that. This is the best, worst day of my life. There's chaos in you. Embrace the chaos.
Yeah.
Okay, just to let you know, those Egyptian gods that were walking in, that's a stolen scene from X-Men Apocalypse.
Mm-mm.
Or was it Stargate SG-1?
Oh.
Either or, both sucked.
I love Stargate SG-1. Richard Dean Anderson is a national treasure.
Somebody
He's
had
MacGyver, for
had-
God's sake.
somebody had to like it.
Everyone likes a MacGyver, motherfucker.
Nah,
It's true.
nah,
It is true.
nah.
It is true. And by the way, Sarah, I am absolutely blessed that you guys found me. So thank you so much for finding me in the back alleys of the interwebs. So again, thank you guys for coming. Thanks for
Toodles.
hanging out. Make sure you like and subscribe to all of us. You can follow me on Twitter at D_that name. Because you're not going to be able to spell it on your own or pronounce it. So that right there. You can subscribe to Joker Voice at that location right here. And you can follow Lunar Girl right here. There you go.
That's
Good job.
the Twitter handle. Mhm. Or you can go
appreciate-
to bio.link/the sidebar cantina, and it'll show you everything. And I help out the guys, and I'm on all of it. So
Oh, she helps all of us.
yeah,
She helps all of us. She
I
is
love it.
indispensable. So
we all have jobs to do.
we do.
Mhm.
So thank you. What?
You're getting crunk on live.
I'm not getting crunk on live.
Wow.
She's 13. She
Wow.
don't know what crunk is yet. Am I right? Am I right? All right, guys.
Oh,
You don't know
Padawan.
that?
Thank you so much for hanging
That
out
child
with us
is
on
getting a
Comics and
beating
Cosmetics.
after this is over.
We have to have a
I thought you
conversation.
said you didn't like being called comics and cosmetics.
The name of the show is Comics and Cosmetics.
You just introduced yourself though as comics and cosmetics.
No, I didn't.
You're like, I'm comics and cosmetics. Okay, back me up. She definitely
Let
just
the
did.
beatings begin.
Get the stick.
You mentioned something about me whipping you with this.
No, it's
All right. I appreciate you. Go over there.
Hey, you made this crooked.
Your face made it crooked.
Your mom made it crooked.
Yeah, she does that. She does. That's the best we can do. Anyway, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight on Comics and Cosmetics, talking about Moon Knight. Thank you to everyone in the chat. We've had an amazing time, and I really look forward to hanging out with you guys next week, talking about episode 2. Who's coming on? Well, so far, Alan from Press Play.
Ooh.
Yes. And
I love
I'm
them.
hoping my Shanti girl can join us as well. But until then, guys, have an awesome and wizard weekend. And I will see you in the next one.
Toodles.
Bye.
podcast is part of the Red 5 Network. For more Red 5 Network podcasts, visit red5network.com.